This conference will now be recorded.
Today it is being an introductory session, so we will be having our session only for 1 hour. Okay, so here it is planned in such a manner that our session will be on the session that we are going to handle is AWS, Amazon, okay, web services, a solution architect exam, which is a associate level certification, tech associate. Here this curriculum will need around 45 to 50 hours of total duration. "45 to 50 hours of curriculum, here under which we will be dealing with the sessions associated with all the topics associated with solution architect. Here the agenda for today's session. Here we are going to discuss about the basics of cloud computing. What is cloud? We are going to discuss about the different types of cloud computing, such as public cloud, private cloud, the types of cloud, and the associated differences. Under these types of cloud, we will be dealing with a public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. And after that, we will be dealing with the data center of Amazon. Okay, an architectural overview of Amazon data center. We have an architectural overview. Here our session will be organized in such a manner that, so we will be, as of now, we will be having sessions on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, Saturday and Sunday 9:30 a.m. to 10:30, 11:30 a.m. 2 hours of session. Okay, Saturday and every Saturday, Sunday 9:30 to 11:30. If you feel any inconvenience, you can let me know. We can start our session even earlier before 9 or 9:30. Okay, it is your choice to decide. 9 to 11 or 9:30 to 11. So as of from the next week onwards, if needed, we can add on further sessions on Wednesday and Friday. 1 hour, 1 hour session. On Wednesday and Friday, we can have our session 6:45 a.m. IST to 7:45 a.m. IST. 1 hour session on Wednesday and Thursday, and 2 hour session on Saturday and Sunday. Therefore, 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1, which is equal to 6 hours of session. So therefore, into 4 weeks, it will make it to 6 4 or 24 hours of a session per month. Okay, totally we can able to complete being hours related with 45 to 50 hours. So 24 into 2 months, which is equal to, we can able to complete 48 hours of session totally. Within that 2 months, our courses will be completed. Okay, so this is the overall view. So here I will take in such a manner that for each and every session, so first 3 sessions will be some theoretical sessions only. First 3 sessions that we are planning today, and here we can have our session on Wednesday and Friday from this coming week onwards. We won't have session on Wednesday and Friday this coming week, from next week. Okay, the first 3 sessions, 1 hour session today and 2 hour session on Saturday. All these 3 things will cover only theory, and from there onwards, from the session 4th session onwards, we will be starting with the theory come practicals. Here our session will be in such a manner that, so we will be having a 30 minutes of theory and the remaining practicals, like practical that I will show to you. You can also do a practical on your machine. For that, what you need to have, you need to have a Amazon account, Amazon cloud account. So here, for that, for getting this Amazon cloud account, you need a debit card or credit card. Normally, credit card is recommended. Okay, so you can get the account. What are all the practicals that you are doing for entire month? If you work, and it is free of cost. If you follow my instruction, you don't need to pay anything. But to create an account, we need a credit card. So that alone. So the charge that they will take is in Indian rupees, 2 rupees for the initial account creation, and after that almost all is free. Certain practicals alone we need to pay for. At that time I will let you know. Altogether, if you do the practice for 50 hours, you need to spend minimum of 100 to 150 rupees for your practical. That's all. Okay, if you follow my steps. So these are all the some of the things that I need to make you aware of with respect to our courses, with respect to the timings, and with respect to the curriculum has been concerned. Okay. Now let me start. Did you have any clarifications in this regard? Kindly let me know. Okay, you send me a mail so that I can give you a right response to you. Now let me start with this agenda for today's session. Okay, the cloud computing. So the cloud computing is a buzzword of today's IT industry. With respect to this today's IT industry has been concerned. So according to this IDC report, the IDC report, what they are predicting is by the end of 2019, there exists around 2 crores of job openings for cloud computing alone. Okay, in the cloud computing job scenario, there exists around 2 crores of job openings out to be filled by the end of 2019. Out of the 2 crores, what IDC is predicting is only 50 lakhs of openings alone can be filled. The remaining 1.5 crores is going to be lying because of vacant because of lagging of skilled expertise. That is the reality. Okay, lagging of skilled peoples. So I request each and everyone to make use of this opportunity in a better way. So with respect to this cloud has been concerned, we have the world leaders, Amazon, we have Azure. They are all the two leaders. Out of the total 100 percentage of market space, nearly 80 percentage of market space is occupied by Amazon and Azure. Okay, so in terms of infra, if we go for servers, storages, etc., etc. In terms of infrastructure, so Amazon are the leaders. In terms of platform and software as a services, okay, so here Azure is the market leader. So getting if you are aiming for our course is being it is AWS solution architect, so Amazon is the best recommend. Out of 100 openings for infra, nearly 70 openings is for AWS only. So this is the statistics associated with the job perspective with respect to this curriculum. So in apart from that, there is another thing called DevOps, a combination of cloud with DevOps. DevOps is nothing but automation of both development as well as operations. Okay, so here in DevOps we cover around 10 plus tools like Git, GitHub, Maven, Jenkins, Chef, Perfect, Ansible, Docker container, Kubernetes, Terraform. Okay, and then Nagios, Cloud CloudWatch, etc., etc. So the combination of cloud with DevOps is one of the most demanding with respect to infra has been concerned. Similarly, with respect to programming perspective, the combination of Spark, the in terms of analytics, the combination of Hadoop, with respect to programming language, Python is one of the most demanding stuff. The Python is one of the most widely used languages for machine learning and for data analytics, data scientists, etc., etc. Okay, so this is the combination which is most widely sought with respect to developer, and with respect to this admin perspective, cloud with the DevOps is most widely sought. Okay, so here these are all the some of the statistics associated with the course that we are undergoing. Okay, so here let me start with the today's curriculum. What is cloud computing? And here what are all the various types of cloud computing? With respect to our discussion, let me make use of a small presentation. So here this is the agenda that we have planned for cloud computing overview, and then AWS and data center. These are all the two things that is associated with today. And creating a EC2 instance on Amazon storages will be covered in the subsequent sessions. Okay, now what is cloud computing? It is on-demand delivery of IT resources via internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. So here, is it making any sense? Here, our next 10 minutes of discussions will let you know the meaning for each and every word that has been displayed here. Okay, so here, cloud computing, on-demand delivery of IT resources. On-demand delivery. What do you mean by on-demand delivery? Whenever you need, you can get the resources. Okay. On-demand in sense, whenever you need the resources, you can get the resources. Where the resources will be? The resources on demand delivery. Okay. Here, whenever we need, we can get the resources. What are all the resources? With respect to all our computing need. With respect to computing need, what we are in need of? We are in need of hardware, like we need servers, we need okay, storage components, and we need softwares such as application software. We need system softwares like operating systems. We need databases. We need networking and internetworking. Everything with respect to our computing need. All the resources that we can get. Where the resources will be, those resources will be located in a location called as data centers. We have under the data center, we have servers, we have storages, we have all the softwares. How I can get from my side? This is the end user. This is the end user. So let me assume this is Raman sitting in front of a computer in Madurai. Here, the resources that I am need is in data center of United States of America. So using internet, what I can do, I can make a connection to the data center and I can make use of the resources according to my requirement. Which resource that I am in need of, which application software, which database, according to my requirement, I can make use of the resources here. For that, I need an internet connection. Okay, that is what specified. I can get the resources whenever I need. Those resources is available 24 cross 7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 366 days a year. Okay. Resources. What are all the resources? It's the hardware, software, database, networking. What are all the computing that I need? That the resources. Where the resources will be? The resources will be located in the data centers. Okay. So as of this, here I am myself Raman sitting in front of my laptop in Madurai as a end user. The data center to which I am going to connect is in US. Through internet, I can make a connection and I can make use of the resources as of my need. How much I need to pay for? The pay as you go pricing. To which extent that you are consuming, accordingly you need to pay for. So this is the definition for cloud computing. Okay, which is the resources will be managed and maintained by third-party vendors. Okay. So if you want a little bit clarity, let me take some analogies associated with our discussion. Let me take electricity. Okay, so here electricity. With respect to this electricity, so now we are consuming electricity for our houses. Whether we are having a separate electricity generation stations for each and every requirement? No, we don't have any electricity generation stations. Those electricity power stations are being established by either by government or by third-party vendors like Reliance and Cell, etc., etc. Here, what we are doing, so we didn't do any investment to establish the infrastructure. And in case of any issues, I am not responsible in maintenance, in debugging, okay, the maintenance of the infrastructure. And in case of any issues, okay, the debugging, I am not responsible. And to I didn't invest, no initial cost of investment to establish the infrastructure. Initial cost of investment. And also in case of any problem, I am not responsible in maintenance and debugging. So here, these are those things has been taken care by the third party vendors itself. Okay, so similar to that of Reliance Power, is similar to that of electricity. Okay, then by government sectors, etc., etc. So what I do here, I simply enjoy the benefit of consuming the electricity. I simply consume the electricity generated here in form of metered services. What do you mean by metered services? To which extent that I am consuming metered services in sense to which extent that I am consuming. For example, for this month, if I consume 100 units of electricity, I need to pay for that. If I consume 500 units of electricity, I need to pay for that. If I went for a vacation for that month, I had consumed 0 units, I no need to pay. Okay. So here, according to my consumption, I need to pay for that without investing anything to establish the infra and without worrying about the maintenance and monitoring activity. So similar to that of electricity. Let me take another analogy. So here, let me take this telecommunication. So I am having a Airtel with me. I didn't do any investment to establish this infra like switching stations and towers. And in case of any problem to my infra, I am not responsible for maintenance, monitoring, and debugging activity. Simply, I enjoy the telecommunication that is in forms of meter services. If I talk for a minute, I need to pay for that. If I talk for 10 minutes, I need to pay for that. If I okay, so to which extent that I am consuming, accordingly I need to pay for. The key factors associated with this and before example is that there is no initial cost of investment associated with the end user. And in case of any issues to the data center, the end user doesn't need to worry about. Everything will be taken care by the third party vendors who generates and who do this maintenance. So similar to that of your electricity, okay, similar to that of your telecommunication. If you can get all your computing needs with respect to servers, storages, with respect to softwares, networking and infrastructures, okay, so in form of meter services, and that is called as cloud computing. Okay, now you come back to this first slide. So here it is on-demand delivery of IT resources. What are all the resources? These are all the resources: servers, storages, software, networking, everything. Where the resources will be, the resources will be at the data center. Okay, how I can connect with the resources? The location where the resources is under the data centers. So from my side, okay, so I need to have a machine with here whether I need as an end user whether I need any specialized device. No, what I need is a system, a device with the web browsing capacity, a web browser that is sufficient enough. It may be a desktop computer, it may be a laptop computer, it may be a tablet. Even I can make a connection through by mobile. Okay, so this is the end user requirement. With respect to this end user, these are all the requirements. Just a web browser. So, but I need a internet connection. Through this internet connection, I can make a connection to the data center. Okay, and I can make use of the resources. This is called as cloud computing. Okay, if I consume for 1 hour, I need to pay for 1 hour. If I consume for 10 hours, I need to pay for 10 hours. According to my consumption, I need to pay for that. So in order to make it more convenient, let me take another example. Okay, so in this case, here, let me take another example. Here, I got a project. Let me assume that I got a project. The project is 3 months from a freelance. The project duration is 3 months. Okay, the project is a data analytics project. Let me take using the images. Data analytics project. So which is in need of the above set hardware. I need a server with 8 microprocessor, Intel Xeon processor, 128 GB of RAM memory, and it needs a storage capacity of 10 terabytes of hard disk. These are all the hardware requirements. In terms of software, it needs a Windows Server 2016 with Oracle 12c as the database. These are all the software and database requirements. These are all the hardware requirements. So the project duration is 3 months. If I successfully completed that project, the application development, so I may be compensated with 5 lakhs. Let me make a sense. I may be compensated with 5 lakhs. Okay. Each and every day, at average, I am going to work for around 5 hours. Therefore, totally into 90, I need 450 hours total work that I round off to 500 hours. So this is my total okay man hours using which I can able to complete my project. This is my compensation. So what I am having currently? So I am having currently a laptop